Welcome to this group meeting. Start with some good light news.
Yes, so this is the overview of the 30 science advisors. Some of them are very active, somewhat more on the background, but we are very happy with the help. In the next slide, you see what all kind of different projects we did. So our main job is to be continuously present on the web and social media and other media to bring the message of the Good Light Group. I think that's our main mission, is to translate the scientific knowledge in information that is for consumers and for other partners who are interested in light, and explain that light is more than for vision only. So we had several projects there, and one of them is that also the website is now available, I think, in 3 languages, but more are in progress. We had 3 newsletters last year that combine all our blogs and other information. We had 3 group meetings. The group meetings are separate from this council meeting, is where 2 participants present themselves and present knowledge to get familiar with everybody. 2 new Facts of Light videos were created. If you can push on the slide animated, the picture animated video, Jan, here on this. Yeah. So this is the 4th step actually that was created for small videos, is about the evening. You know that good light is more than more light during the day. It's also less light in the evening and no light at night. And the last 2 steps were, of the 4th step actually, have cozy dim lights in the evening, has been included now in a video as well. So if you push, we go back. Yeah. We had one delighted talk this year. That is a partnership with the Daylight Academy, the International Association of Light Designers, SLTBR, which is now called Society for Light, Rhythms and Circadian Health, and Luga Research. Bruno is always organizing with these people a webinar where more or less scientific talks are given. And we had one not so long ago, I think last week or the week before, on light and sleep, which I liked a lot, and I hope you were present there and liked it as well. You can always, I don't know whether this one is already available on the website, but you can always look back. It is. You can always look back all the delighted talks. I think there are 8 now. You can look back on in the recordings. There is a new update of the public guide for good light, plus translations. So we try with participants or science advisors to make translations, because we learned from feedback that it's much more helpful. For instance, in France, where Virginie is, that this text for the main public is available in French. The same holds for German or Czech or Spanish. And if you're interested in supporting us in this, to have something in your own language, you also have a Dutch version now, then we'll be happy to support that. And with your help, we make translations so that this information can be distributed in your own country, in your own language. Yeah, the International Association of Light Designers has updated their guide, and mainly with the support of Roger and Virginie. In this new guide, the whole message of good light was included. It was there already, but we updated all the information to the current state of our knowledge. And the nice thing of this was that Kevin Shaw, who represented the International Association of Light Designers, he was leading this. So it's from the light designers themselves creating this document, but thanks to Roger, the good light message is now included very well in this document, so that there's much more information to light designers about the non-image forming effects of light. We participated in several international webinars where we presented. We are still participating in the BioClock Consortium in the Netherlands, which is a big consortium of researchers and partners on chronobiology and sleep, and where light plays an important role. We participated in the meeting of the Daylight Academy. That is a meeting only for board members or for members on invitation. And Jan Denneman became a member, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and I also became a member officially last year. And in a few weeks, the next meeting of the Daylight Academy is there, where I will be present again. Yeah, and we worked hard over the last year. There was a half year, there was a consortium in Ladenburg on the invitation of Manuel Spitzam. He collected a lot of people for a roundtable discussion in Ladenburg. And the follow-up of that meeting was that with a working group, we created 26 consensus statements on public health, translating the knowledge again we have and creating statements. And the interesting thing is that this is now backed up by all the international societies and associations that work on light, that are working on light. So the CIE, Daylight Academy, Center of Environmental Therapy, the SRCH, and the Good Light Group had representatives in this working group. And together with backed by the whole Ladenburg Consortium, we created 26 consensus statements, and they will be made publicly. There's a website created now. There's a small paper for a journal describing how we worked on this, and that will be published on the 16th of May on the International Day of Light, and also the Good Light Group and all the others will support us in bringing these messages to the public. And that is, yeah, backed by all these societies, the first time that consensus statements for public outreach on good light have been created. And I'm very happy that this works. Okay, next slide. Yeah, here you see the communication scorecard that Anna created. So this is Anna Vermeltvoort's work. You see the number of unique visitors on the website. Some of these numbers in 2024 go down a little bit compared to 2023. And that is because for budgetary reasons, we had to lower our efforts in communication. So we lowered actually the salary of Anna, I think. And so the result, of course, is that we are less present, less visible, but I think still very good and still very popular. You see how many people you reach with, for instance, subscribers of the newsletter is still increased. So we still do a pretty good job there. Next one.
Yeah.
Here you see the other social media. So LinkedIn is still growing messages and the followers. Instagram is a little bit higher, still growing. The other numbers are pretty low. YouTube, TikTok is only recently we started with TikTok. Facebook is also pretty low on the social media. In the next part of my presentation, where I go to present the public outreach, I will come back to this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, is there time for questions, or if people have a question, then
yeah,
please say so.
Are there any questions for Marijke on this short overview about 2024? If not, I propose that we continue with the financials. Bruno.
Yes, I'll walk you through the financials. As Marek already stated a year ago, from a financial perspective, at least dark clouds were building at the horizon. The major reason being that one of our biggest sponsors decided no longer to be a participant of our organization. As a consequence, we had to trim down the spending on communications mainly. But as you can see from this slide, ultimately we ended the year with far more money in our pocket than we anticipated. The good news is that we managed to attract new participants, which resulted in a much higher income stream than we originally anticipated. I have to admit that the outlook, as you see here, is a bit on the sunny side, because some of the expenses we planned, notably at the end of 2024, came only in the first months of this year. But in general, we survived financially a situation which was going in the wrong direction. This is the good news, and that helped us to build a new budget for this year. Jan, yeah. As you can see, what we target to do is to continue our efforts. There are in the projects some new items which will be dealt with later on. So we allocated some money to what we call the focus projects and other activities which we brought to zero over the last year. Generally speaking, I think we're doing financially a good job. Of course, we need to attract in the future more and more participants, which would allow us to be far more present in the social media and on the web. But that's, of course, up to the future and what will happen in that respect. This financial report was made by myself and shared with the board. It's normal practice that this financial report is also checked by members of the Goodlight Group, and as every year we ask preferably 2 people to volunteer to have a check at our financial statements. Of course, the best way to proceed is that you drop a mail either with Jan or with me, and then we take up this small challenge with you.
Okay.
That's in short the financial report. Outcome is better than anticipated and gives us a bit more maneuvering space for the future.
Okay, thank you, Bruno, for the presentation, also for managing our finances and making sure that all the invoices are sent and bills are paid. Thanks a lot. Are there any questions on this topic? If not, yeah, this is our basic plan for 2025. We have 4 major topics, and the balance of this meeting will be spent on those 4 strategic directions, in the hope and expectation that you agree with these directions and give us a lot of hints and ideas and support in how we can progress on these.